Hello students, in previous video we have seen all the rules of inferences. Now let us see examples on them. How does the examples on them are asked. So example, state which rule of inference is used in the argument. We have to simply write which rule of inference is used in the argument. Suppose the first example, if it raining today, then we will not have a barbecue. Barbecue means a outdoor meal. It means outdoor meal. We will not have a barbecue today. If it is raining, then we will not have a barbecue today. If we do not have a barbecue today, then we will have a barbecue tomorrow. We will have a barbecue tomorrow. Therefore, if it rains today, then we will have a barbecue. We will have a barbecue tomorrow. Now, how does we will check which rule of inference is used here? So, the statements before this therefore are our premises, and statements after therefore is our conclusion first of all. Now, let us say what are here. If it raining today, means this is one statement. We will not have a barbecue today. This is another statement. If we do not have a barbecue, it is a negation of this. Sorry, these are same. This is also negation, this is also negation. We won't write negation whenever we will write a statement. Then we will have a barbecue tomorrow. This is one more. So let me assume first of all the prepositions here. What is P? Suppose let me say P, it is raining today. This is my first preposition. It is raining today. Then suppose Q, we will not have a barbecue today. We will not have a barbecue today. Then R is that we will have a barbecue tomorrow. We will have a barbecue tomorrow. Then what is given to us? First statement says, if it raining today, then we will not have a barbecue today. P is if it is raining, and Q says we will not have a barbecue today. So, first thing is what? P implies Q. Then second, if we do not have a barbecue today means Q, then we will have a barbecue tomorrow means R. So, Q implies R. Therefore, what? If it rains today means P, then we will have a barbecue tomorrow. So, R. So, what does this say? P implies R. So, this argument is a chain rule. This argument is a chain rule or hypothetical syllogism. Hypothetical syllogism. Now let us take the next example, second example. Suppose in that one also we have to state which rule of inference is used as such. So second example, it is below freezing now. It is below freezing now. Therefore it is either below freezing or raining now. Now what does this say? Let P. Suppose P is what? It is below freezing now. It is below freezing now. Suppose this is P. Now suppose Q, it is raining now. It is raining now. So what does this say? P. If it is below freezing now. So P. Therefore means conclusion. So yields. It is either below freezing or raining now. Means or between them. P or Q. Or another way, that is P. Therefore P or Q. This argument is what? This is addition rule. This is addition rule. This is what? Addition rule. Now the third example, suppose it is below freezing. It is below freezing and raining now. It is below freezing and raining now. Therefore it is below freezing now. It is below freezing now. So what does this say? Let P and Q are same. It is below freezing now. Below freezing now. And Q is, it is raining now. It is raining now. So what we get here? If it is below freezing and raining now, so and between them. So therefore it is below freezing now, means it yields P. So what does this? This is simplification. This is what? Simplification rule. Another way to write it as what? P and Q gives P. P and Q gives this P as such. Now the next example for the same, to write the rule of inference. Which rule of inference is used there? So fourth one, if it is raining, then the pool will be closed. It is raining, therefore the pool is closed. So what is the solution here? Let P, it is raining, and Q will be, the pool is closed. The pool is closed. Okay. Now what the first statement says, if it is rainy, then the pool will be closed. Means we have P implies Q. It is rainy means and P. Therefore, the pool is closed means else. Pool is closed means Q. So what does this? That is same as to say P implies Q, P, therefore Q. So this is modus ponens. This is modus ponens. Now the next example.
What is it?
Now the next one, if it snows today, the university will close. The university is not closed today. Therefore it did not snow today. Now the one sentence is one premises. If it snows today, the university will close. So let me assume P, it snows today. What is Q? The university will close. So now if it snows, so what is given? That if and then like, okay. So P implies Q. Next, the university is not closed. Not closed means negation. Q. Else, it did not snow today. So negation P. So that is P implies Q. Negation Q. Therefore negation P. So this is modus tollens. This is modus tollens. Okay. So as such, if the statements are given or the example is given, we can determine which argument or which rules of inference is this from the given arguments. But for that you should know these rules. You should able to write the given things as such. You should able to write English into logical, logical into English. So for that purpose, go through all the videos in detail. I have taken in detail everything. Now the next thing is that using rules of inference to build arguments. Using rules of inference to build arguments. Now for that, when there are many premises, several rules of inference are often needed to show that the argument is valid. So this is for to show argument is valid. There are commonly used methods of proof to test the validity of an argument. To test the validity of an argument. The first method is direct method and the second method is indirect method. Let us discuss first the direct method. So direct method, in direct method what we are doing? We are starting from true premises. We are assuming all premises are true, so we are starting from any one of them, and the process we are using them one by one. The process of reaching by applying various rules of inference on them, process of reaching the true conclusion, and we will reach to the conclusion. Using all given premises, we reach to the conclusion is known as the direct method. Is known as the direct method. Now let us take example. Test the validity of an argument. Test the validity of an argument. Test the validity of an argument. So first one, suppose P implies Q, Q implies R, yields negation P or R. Suppose these are our given premises and this is our conclusion. We have to obtain it. So let me write one side, let me write steps, and other side I must give the reason by which one I had getting that. So first step, now let me write P implies Q. What does this? This is premise. This is given to us. Now second one, suppose let me write Q implies R. This is also given to me. This is also what? Premise. It is given one. Okay. Now third one, from P implies Q, Q implies R, I can write P implies R. This is what? Chain rule. Chain rule using 1 and 2. I had applied a chain rule on this one, we get this. Or from them, using chain rule we can write that one as such. Now fourth step, P implies R can be written as such using conditional equivalence or material implication. Negation P or R. I want relation between P and R. For that, first of all I had used chain rule, then later on I am using conditional equivalence or implication. Conditional equivalence or implication. On 3. Therefore, I can say the given argument is valid. Therefore, the given argument is valid. Now, next example for the same, test the validity of an argument. Let us take the next one. B. P implies R implies negation S. This is one premise. Q implies R, P implies Q, S or T yields T. Suppose these four premises with us and gives this conclusion. So step and let me write a reason. So first step, suppose we are taking this premise P implies Q and Q implies R. Again, just like the previous example, we can use chain rule for them. So second, Q implies R. What are these? These are premises. I am giving a common reason for them because these are both are what? They are premises. Now the third one I can write P implies R. You know that using chain rule. We are writing that using chain rule on 1 and 2. Okay. Now fourth one, let me take this. P implies R implies negation S. So now this is what? Premise. This is also premise. Now here P implies R and P implies R implies negation S. You know one rule of inference that P implies Q and P and P. Look at here, these are same. This is suppose P implies, suppose this is Q, this is P and P. Therefore, it gives us Q. So, I will write it as for you. It is what? Negation S. Using which rule? Modus ponens. Modus ponens. On 3 and 4. On 3 and 4. What does that? P implies Q and P yields Q. This is modus ponens. Now 6. S or T. What does this? This is again a premise. Now again there is a rule that P or Q negation P, therefore we get Q. This is disjunctive simplification. So here also S or T, negation S, so that gives us T. So 7th we get T using disjunctive simplification. Disjunctive simplification. That is P or Q or negation P yields Q. Hence, the given argument is valid. We are starting from a premises. We are using some premises and some rules of inferences in between them, and we reach to the conclusion. These things tells us that this is a valid. If we won't get to the conclusion, then it is not valid. Now the next one, next example, P implies Q, Q implies R, negation P and R, P or R yields R. Now 4 premises are given. Again, step, reason. Okay. So now first, P implies Q, Q implies R. We can use a chain rule. This is what? Premises. So second, I can say P implies R using chain rule. Chain rule on 1. Okay. Now third. Now let me use negation P negation P and R. Or before going towards that, let me write P implies R can be written as negation P or R using implication. It is using implication. Now let me use this. So fourth step, suppose negation P and R. This is what? Premise. This is also what? Premise. Now fifth step, from these two. Or let me write first of all for this. For this one, negation is applicable on this and. So if we apply negation on each one, we will get negation P and will become R and negation R. This is what? De Morgan's law. This is negation P or negation R. This is by De Morgan's law. On 4 I have been applied. This is on 3. Sorry, not on 3. It is on 2. Now, sixth step. Let me write or let me combine these one. 3 and 5. So, it is negation P or R and negation P or negation R. So this is conjunction law. I am adding them. This is conjunction law. We have applied on 3 and 5. Now what does this say? This can be written as negation P is common between them and in between them. So here I can say R or negation R. This is distributive law. This is distributive law on 6. Okay. Now 8th one is negation P. Sorry, here something is wrong. Here it is OR and here AND between them. Sorry for that. AND is between these two brackets. So AND is in between the braces. Okay. So OR, and this is what? This is false. This is using negation law. You can go through the laws of or the logical identities. You know, negation law says P and negation P is equivalent to false. P or negation P is equivalent to true. Means it is a contradiction. This is a tautology. Now 9th step is negation P. This is identity law. Identity law on 8. Okay. Now next one, P or R is what? Premise. Then 11th one, from these two, negation P or R, from this one we can say R. This is using disjunctive. This is using disjunctive simplification. Disjunctive simplification on these two, 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Okay. Therefore, I can say given argument is a valid argument. This is also what? A valid argument. This is also a valid argument. Okay. Now, as such, we can show the given argument is valid or not. Also, we have to see some. Now, here the premises are directly given, but we have to see the word problems also, and also we have to go for the indirect method. Later on, we have to see the rules of inferences for quantified statements. Okay. Now, in next video, I will take the word problem, then indirect method. There are again two indirect methods. One is contrapositive and other is contradiction. Examples on them, and again rules of inference for quantifying statements. Thank you.